Imagine a princess so fierce that no man could defeat her. Not in war, not in wrestling, not even in marriage negotiations. She was Khutulun, the legendary Mongol warrior princess. A woman who lived during the time of Kublai Khan and carved her place into history with strength, honor, and defiance. While her cousins and brothers were celebrated as warriors of the steppe, Khutulun stood apart because she defied every expectation of what it meant to be a daughter in the Mongol Empire. Born around 1260, Khutulun was the great-great-granddaughter of Genghis Khan and the favorite daughter of Kaidu, a powerful Khan who ruled much of Central Asia in open opposition to Kublai Khan in China. From a young age, Khutulun proved herself on the battlefield. She didn't stay behind in tents while the men rode to war. She fought alongside her father, charging into combat with a bow in hand, tearing through enemy lines and rallying troops with her presence. Chroniclers wrote that she could ride into the thickest of fights, seize an enemy soldier as if he were a lamb, and drag him back to her father's camp. Warriors twice her size feared her. But what made Khutulun truly unforgettable wasn't just her role in battle. It was her demand for respect in her personal life. When it came time to consider marriage, she set an impossible challenge. Any man who wished to marry her would have to defeat her in a wrestling match. If he lost, he would have to give her 100 horses. Dozens of suitors tried, all failed. Soon Khutulun had a herd of over 10,000 horses, each one a trophy of her victories, and a living symbol of her refusal to be owned by anyone but herself. Some called her stubborn, others called her wild, but Khutulun's father saw her as his greatest ally. In fact, Kaidu often considered naming her his successor, trusting her more than any of his sons. And for good reason. She was loyal, wise, and unstoppable. Yet because she was a woman, Mongol politics would not allow her to inherit leadership openly, and history gradually tried to erase her contributions. Still, Khutulun's story endured, partly because foreign travelers were so captivated by her. The Venetian explorer Marco Polo, who spent years at the court of Kublai Khan, wrote about a Mongol princess of incredible strength who defeated every challenger she faced. Even though he never used her name, historians believe he was describing Khutulun. Over time, her legend spread far beyond the steppes, inspiring tales, plays, and even operas centuries later. But beyond the myth, Khutulun's legacy is something deeper. She embodied the independence and equality that Mongol women often had compared to other societies of the time. Unlike women in medieval Europe, Mongol women could own property, divorce husbands, and take active roles in politics and war. Khutulun was the brightest star in that tradition, a reminder that history is not only shaped by kings and emperors, but also by fearless women who refused to bend. Sadly, Khutulun's life ended in 1306 under uncertain circumstances. Some sources say she died in battle. Others claim she was poisoned. What's certain is that her name lived on in whispers and stories, passed down as a symbol of strength, defiance, and freedom. She was a warrior who demanded respect, a daughter who fought beside her father, and a woman who bent the rules of her world to make her own destiny. So next time you think of the Mongol Empire, don't just remember Genghis Khan or Kublai Khan. Remember Khutulun, the princess who could not be conquered. And if you enjoyed learning about her story and want to discover more hidden figures from history, make sure to give this video a like, share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories like this one.